Good evening. I feel like we haven't been here for a long time. I'd like to call to order the Community Redevelopment Agency regular meeting. It is Tuesday, November 14th at 6 p.m. Call the roll, please.
Chairman James.
Here.
Vice Chairman Harris.
Here.
Board Member Brandemart.
Here.
Board Member Grace.
Here.
Board Member Salvino.
Here.
Interim Director Weeks.
Here.
CRA Attorney Ansbro.
Here.
Thank you.
Citizens' comments. I see we have none. We'll go straight to presentations. You want to introduce?
Yes, good evening, CRA board members. The Dania Beach CRA was recently awarded a USDA Agricultural Marketing Services grant through their Farmers Market Promotion and Program Award in the amount of $248,871.90. The award period runs from September 30th, 2017 to September 29, 2020. And tonight we have with us Tina Phillips, who is the Director of Touch at the Broward Regional Health Planning Council. As you know, she is one of our partners. BRHPC has been with us since the inception of the patch. They've provided funding for us over numerous times. They've also provided us now with 2 apprentices. Since we last met, they added 1 more apprentice to the patch, so we have 2 apprentices now working at the patch. And Tina was instrumental in assisting us with writing the grant that we just, received $248,871.90. Like to say that. So I'd like to invite Tina to say a few words about the grant and how it will be administered.
Thank you so much. I am Tina Phillips. I'm with Broward Regional Health Planning Council, and I'm so excited to be able to be here tonight to say congratulations.
Thank you.
We were able to work in partnership and write the 248,000 plus grant specifically for the patch. And this is a little bit different than just a basic grant. This is a farmers market promotion program grant. And as such, it's to expand market hours. It's to look at different locations. It's also to do some additional training on best practices so that this farmers market becomes vibrant more so than it is now, and is able to expand the ability to provide fresh fruits and vegetables to food deserts throughout Broward County, but specifically in Dania Beach. It also is going to give you guys the opportunity to think about institutional buying. In addition to the work of this grant, we've received another grant through the Health Foundation in South Florida, so you'll be seeing some expansion of the hydroponics at the patch. That gives you the opportunity to grow for more institutions. So whether it be something like a restaurant or thinking about what could be done with places like Memorial, then there's opportunities for that. It also provides the ideas and interest in the promotion of agritourism here in Dania Beach. There's a lot of people who are interested in urban farms and urban farming. Also, the notion of how do you grow in an urban environment when you have so much saltwater intrusion and ways to deal with that. We also have people from different areas, especially the beach, who are very interested in how do we bike from the beach all the way to the patch. So agritourism is part of it. You also have, in addition to the personnel and ability to expand part of the market, you have 3 partners that'll be working with you. Flippany, which all of you are aware of, who will be doing community outreach as well as food demonstrations and thinking about how to have culturally appropriate, healthy food options. Also, Anthony Oliveri, many of you may recall, Anthony was one of the people who is known throughout Broward County for the GIS work he does. That GIS work will actually help provide locations that will be marketable for pop-up markets in Dania Beach as well as in other parts of Broward County. And then the final partner on this is Sharon Yago. Sharon is a farmers market consultant. She is known nationally for the work that she's done throughout Florida, and she's also part of the Farmers Market Coalition. And so she'll be able to connect with things that are going on in Miami-Dade as well as Palm Beach. So you guys have this amazing grant and this opportunity to really see some vibrancy in the market, and we're excited to be a part of that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and I want to thank you for everything that you've done for the patch and the partnerships and the importance of healthy eating in our communities, and just to see the buy-in from this grant monies and the opportunities that it can bring us is very exciting. And we're obviously looking for ways to better utilize the patch and for it to become a staple in our community.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Anyone else?
Thank you.
No, thank you. All right. The consent agenda. Do we have any pulls?
Resolution 4.
Okay, and I have resolution 3. So we have 3 and 4.
Motion to approve with the exception of resolution 3 and 4.
Second.
Do we have? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Did you mean item 3?
Yes,
Yes.
item 3 and
Item 3
resolution 4.
would be authorized payment to Redevelopment Management Associates for invoices 4067, 4085, and 4086 in the total amount of $2,993.05.
Okay, I pulled this, and it kind of goes into 4 as well, but I'll start at 3. I actually looked at the invoices, and what RMA is charging us is $65 an hour for the administrative assistant, and it equals up to $185 an hour for the project coordinator. They're making $59, not even for an hour. For the market analysis, for 12 hours, we pay them over $2,000. I just want to know if there are any ways that we can cut these costs by having our own people staff in our CRA. It's crazy to have administrative assistant making $65 an hour for another company. I mean, we can staff our own and have our own that could work for not just the CRA, that can do a lot of things for a lot of hours and not be $65 an hour. So I pulled this just to look at the invoices on what we are being charged, and I just believe we're being overcharged as a CRA. So, Board Member Salvino?
Yes, thank you, Chairman. I understand everything you say, and I don't disagree with you at all. I know that the $65 an hour, obviously, I don't think they're really paying that person that, but that's what they charge for that.
Right.
Because of, they're in business themselves. I don't have a problem with, RMA hanging out a little bit because, we have a new director getting ready to come in and let her make those decisions or bring it to the board and let her feel it out a little bit. Unless the CRA feels comfortable without that, I'm okay either way. I'm just making some suggestions, but I think
I'm not proposing that we cut them at this minute.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's something that we need to look into in the
Right.
future. I mean, obviously, it goes into the next one, which is the month to month, and I wanted to know all of the stipulations on how long that's going to be, or what we're allowed to do within those months, or do we have to give them a severance or anything like that as well.
Can we cancel that at any time with the 30 days?
I don't know, but this is what I'm saying. These are things that I don't know.
Okay.
And looking into that, these are just things that's come to my attention, and know that this is how much. I know that the administrative assistant probably is getting $10 an hour of RMA. I don't know that for sure, but something around that. And then, they're charging us $65 an hour. I have an issue with that. So, Chairman Grace?
Yes, I'm not disagreeing
Board
with
Woman
you.
Grace.
I think that what we're looking at right now is monies that's owed to them. But I think at this point, we should really consider not extending this any further than paying them that $2,993.05. We have adequate staff. They should be able to handle what we need, and if we don't have adequate staff that can do it, then we need to find somebody who can. I don't think $65, you guys are not even close to $65 an hour, so this is a little crazy, but I understand it's agreement right now that we have to pay
No,
them.
absolutely.
But
Yeah, no.
in the future, I think that we should consider this to be the last payment that we give them for that kind of money, definitely.
Vice Chair?
If you, I'm sure you all recall the day that we had the interviews with Raquel. I asked the specific question, were you able to work with or without a company like RMA? Do you remember me asking you that question? Oh, I'm sorry talking to you, but and now that I think that you're going to be here, I don't think we should be making any more payments to RMA to see how we can work either with or without them, but I think we need to have a conversation with the director first before we do anything else.
Right, I agree. No, I agree. I was just bringing to everyone's attention the invoices that we have been paying. I'm not saying don't pay them the money we owe them, obviously, but just to bring to attention of what we have been paying. I just, the schedule fees, even for, the schedule fees are crazy. So,
I'll make the motion, we pass item 3.
Second.
call the roll, please.
So that was for both of them?
No,
No,
just
just
for
three.
one, number 3.
Okay. Board Member Brandemart.
Yes.
Board Member Grace.
Yes.
Board Member Salvino.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Harris.
Yes.
Chairman James.
Yes.
Thank you.
Item 4 is a resolution of the Board of Directors of the Dania Beach Community Redevelopment Agency, the DBCRA, of the City of Dania Beach, Florida, authorizing the proper CRA officials to execute a month-to-month agreement without competitive bidding and without advertisement for bids with Redevelopment Management Associates, LLC, to provide consulting services related to community development to the DBRCA that may exceed the annual $25,000 annual vendor threshold, providing for conflicts, further providing for an effective date. Just to answer Mr. Salvino's question, for this month-to-month anyhow, that is terminable with 30 days' notice. So it is literally a month-to-month contract.
Board Member Brandemart.
Yeah. The reason why I brought this up is because I want you all to know that I'm not for this without bidding and may exceed. So that means that we don't have a top number to go by. When you say it may exceed what? $1 million? I want to know what we're talking about there. That's number one. But number two is this. I think our city attorney might be aware of what I'm going to spit out right now, and that is it the AG that's looking into the cities that is giving out all these monies without bidding on a lot of projects? Am I right?
No, I think you're referring to the Broward County Office of Inspector General.
Right, I had the wrong letter.
Right, that's okay, of course. There is they call it an inquiry underway, but it has to do with when you approved at the recommendation of staff and the managers and everybody to hire 15 different firms, engineering, architecture, those kinds of firms, so they could be on what are called continuing contracts. And so you, at the recommendation of the staff, you selected 15 firms, and the Inspector General, I think they had somebody complain about that. Probably,
Right.
obviously someone who wasn't selected, of course.
Right.
And they've been looking into it for a number of months, a very slow investigation. We find there's little technical issues that have arisen, that we didn't comply with purchasing policy things, but overall, the compliance with the state law, so far, I don't see any concerns. But
Okay.
it doesn't relate to what these people
All
do.
right, but what relates to what these people are doing, all right, so they didn't have a bid with this Redevelopment Management Associates, so there's no bidding on that. But when you say it may exceed $25,000, that's like giving them a credit card.
I think the reason for that there is it's a month-to-month, so if it goes, I forget how much this is monthly, but if it's $5,000 a month, 5 months already, it's over $25,000.
How much?
So if it was more than 5 months and it's $5,000 a month, it would exceed by that point the $25,000. The $25,000, that threshold is very common in most of everything we do here. You'll see that on the regular agenda too. That's not unusual, Commissioner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Board Member Salvino.
Yes, thank you. Kathleen, you're working there, and just as a question to you, if we were to not pass this to month, how do you feel about that, or do you feel that we should give it another 60 days until Raquel gets into her position and let her feel it out?
Yes, if you refer to the memo I wrote about this, they have been working with us for the entire month of October, so they will be owed that full month. And then I'm asking that we keep them until a decision is taken regarding the provisions for the services, for marketing services for the CRA. And I believe at the last meeting when RMA came to present, it was agreed that we shouldn't engage any marketing firm until the new director came on board, because we had already, you had already selected a candidate who was the new director. So the month-to-month was just a placeholder, and it can be, as you asked, till the end of November, if that's what you want.
Tom, can we, on the month, well, I guess I asked the board, I would say that, just in recommendation to give Raquel 1 month, I would say that we should, unless she changes it at that time, I'd recommend that we just end the contract at the end of the year.
Oh,
And that way, if she says we need them, she can bring it back to us, because there's a chance to get her feet wet and tell us whether with a purpose or no, I got it, and the staff I have as well. I think to give to cut it off. Well, anyhow, either way you look at it, where are we? The 12th of 13th of November.
14th.
We're gonna 14th. So we're gonna, if you give 30-day notice, you're gonna be the 15th of December. So I mean, you're only asking like 2 extra weeks, but we could give notice that as of December 30, whatever it is, 31st, it could be eliminated unless she chooses not to.
Okay.
Raquel, can you come up? Can she come up since she's here?
No, I asked the same thing.
That's fine. 'Cause-
Bring her back when you do that? It's up to you. She's not officially here, but she can certainly answer.
okay, come on up.
Good, good. I asked the same.
I mean, either way, it's only 2 weeks.
I asked why she was sitting up here.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So I guess we want to know how you feel.
Well, I did get a chance to review the agenda package, and in item 4 of RMA's scope of services, it says that notice of termination of this agreement must be given prior to the start of a new month. So it wouldn't necessarily take 30 days to end the contract. We would just have to give them notice before the start of the new month. I would like to come in and assess what RMA has done and what they propose to do and at what cost before making a final determination of what month we would want to either sever or maybe continue on with them. I do want to give them a fair opportunity to demonstrate what their value is. Also, I do want to hear from staff what their contributions have been. So I do feel comfortable in saying at this point, let's not definitively cut off RMA, but I'd rather take a look and see what they're doing and look at those invoices a little bit further, not just the ones for tonight's approval, but prior months, and then make a determination.
Okay. Anyone else have questions?
No, she answered it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I quickly do, if I may.
Okay.
I just want to confirm with Kathleen, this is the agreement, the master agreement for everything they do, not just for marketing.
Correct.
Okay, all right.
And
The way it reads in the title of the agreement is regarding part-time marketing consulting services month to month. But the resolution that I've drafted up for them talks about their services. So I want to make sure that this relates to all their services, would all terminate when you decide, if you can delegate to her before the end of a month, which could be either December or January. That's how you would do it,
Board Member Grace?
if that's the board's understanding.
Yeah, I'm at a point right now that I think that I have the utmost confidence in you coming in as the CRA director. And I'm going to really take in consideration your recommendation to keep them until you actually have a chance to look at the big picture. But I think that at this point, because we're trying to move forward with you working not only CRA City of Dania Beach which we indicated when we interviewed you, that we would be able to stand along, and we really wouldn't have to have them being the middle person. That's how I feel.
Okay,
Same way.
Understood.
thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, do we have a motion and a second?
Make a motion, we accept item number 4.
Excuse me?
We accept, making a motion to
We
approve.
can't hear you.
Make a motion to approve item
Okay.
4.
I'll second it.
With no stipulations, or
It is a month-to-month already.
Yes, month to month.
okay, all right.
So if she comes, so if she comes back next month and say we don't need them, we can just
Right.
tell them we don't need them.
Gotcha.
right.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Got it.
Roll call.
Yes, call the roll, please.
Board Member Brandemart,
Yes.
Board Member Grace.
Yes.
Board Member Salvino,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Harris.
Yes.
Chairman James.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, discussion and possible action, the CRA Executive Director Employment Agreement.
Okay, I suppose I'm the principal to help you with this, both myself, but I want to defer as well to the assistance of Kathleen and most assuredly to Kristen Milligan, the HR Director, for the assistance in dealing with Raquel. I've dealt with her only through Kristen. I just thought that was the best way to do it. We've negotiated through Kristen Milligan. If you've read my memorandum, it explains the highlights. You know, she's getting paid what you wanted, which is $112,000. It talks about the benefit. If you want me to go through the highlights, I can do that.
If she's
Board Member
comfortable,
Grace?
I'm going to be comfortable.
Okay,
If she's not comfortable, then we need to readdress it.
There are only two concerns I brought to the board, and those are this. She proposed that she be paid 1 month's salary, which I think equates to $9,300, as lump sum severance if you terminate her without reason, without cause. That's not unusual.
It's not unreasonable.
That's not, but it was new. It wasn't in the original director's agreement.
Need you to put that in my contract at the end of November, Jim.
We're going to have to do that for you, for sure. And then secondly, she had an idea, which also sounds fair, that she would, if she wants to resign, she'd have to give you a minimum of 30 days' notice. But if you wanted to say you can leave earlier, let's say in 10 days after she gave the notice, she would be paid for the balance of the month, 20 days. That also sounds very reasonable. So with those two things, if you want to approve the agreement, that would be your motion.
Okay, do we have any discussion? Do we have a motion?
I'd say-
Motion to approve
I'd
with
say
the,
Put her to work.
Just motion to approve it, that's what it
motion
is.
to approve then. Okay, let's
Second.
do it.
Does this mean she's going to go to work immediately after we approve this?
On
She's supposed to start tomorrow.
Tonight?
Tonight.
Looks like she started already.
She already started.
Did work
Tomorrow.
already. You called her up to the mic.
Tomorrow.
She's working.
I'm calling
Call
you-
the roll, please.
Calling her right away.
Board Member Brandemart,
Yes.
Board Member Grace.
Yes.
Board Member Salvino,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Harris.
Yes.
Chairman James.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome, Raquel.
Welcome aboard.
I feel like we're about to get out of here so soon. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm like trying to make stuff up. Board member comments. Board Member Salvino.
I'm good. I'm good.
Board Member Grace.
Well, naturally, you know I was going to have something to say, right?
Who died?
Always. I just want to take a look at the flyers and remind people that on Saturday at the Patch, there will be a food giveaway and distribution. And I really am impressed about the people that are involved in it. And Mr. Morris Goldwire is in the back of the room, and I just want to, I don't have a hat on tonight, but I want to take my hat off to you and let you know how much the City of Dania Beach appreciates you working with the CRA and the Patch. We've asked as early as this afternoon for additional volunteers to help packages and distribute the foods to the residents that will be coming out. I know that the Lions Club in Gracefully Aging has accepted my challenge, and they will be there to assist you. I've also indicated to you that I will not be assisting you because of health problems, but I know that we will have the people there that we need in place, and I know that Mr. Carroll, Mr. Gathers, and the others that are working the Patch will be able to steer you in the right direction. I'm really happy, and I don't know whether this is on the website, and I really need to, Kathleen, is this flyer on the website?
I believe it's on Facebook, all the social media.
It's on Facebook, but
Yeah.
Is it on the city website?
It should be because I sent it to Katia. We
Okay.
usually send it out
Will you
that
please
way.
check that, because
I
it's
will.
important. A lot of people look
I'll
on the
check it right now.
website, and we want to make sure that every section of the city of Dania Beach, we have residents that come out, because this is the season for us to give, and we're starting with the patch on the 18th, and it will continue all the way up until the 22nd of November with different entities that will be participating in the Thanksgiving giveaway. So, Mr. Goldwire, we thank you, along with the CRA and the patch staff. Thank you so much.
This is what I mean. It's not on the website. Board Member Brandon Marty?
I have to save my voice for the commission meeting.
Oh, dear. Vice Chair?
You know, based on what we talked about tonight, we kind of find ourselves as far as reorganizing with the CRA, and it kind of reminds me of where we were at this time last year, when we just, you know, took our seats up here and kind of reorganization. So I welcome you, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you so much.
Well, I second that. I guess I'll start with that. Very excited to have someone who piqued my interest as a visionary and someone that was ready to do what it takes to get things done and to help move us forward and continue the progress that we've already started. To piggyback, I also want to thank Mars for just being a community partner here with the City of Dania Beach. It's not oftentimes that we have residents that really don't have much to gain that come and give back and get that recognition, or to just hear us say thank you. But we need a lot of people like you in our community that don't mind getting dirty and doing for other people, especially in times where you might be in need yourself. It's not on the website. It may be on here somewhere, but when I click on the website, these are things that should just be right here in your face. You know,
It needs
things
to be on there,
that were
definitely.
coming. So I don't know where it is on the website. Maybe if I prod or poke through, but most people are not going to go deeper than what the surface is if they're
Right.
not looking for that. And I'll probably echo this at the next meeting, but on top of this food giveaway, we're also having one on the 20th. That is a Monday at 6 o'clock at C.W. Thomas Park from Demetria Robinson. She has an organization called Domes a Cause. And then the Tamara James Foundation, we will be giving out over 200 turkeys, over $3,000 worth of fresh produce and canned goods and such. 255 Northwest 12th Avenue. That is down the street from the patch on the dead end. And that will be on Tuesday at 5 p.m. And it is first come, first serve. And it's our annual Thanksgiving drive. And I'm just thankful for all of the sponsors. And there have been a lot of businesses in the business community that have greatly donated, including Walmart and Publix and Aldi. And I can go on. And I just want to publicly thank everyone that continues to give back to these organizations that they trust will put the money in the desired places, or the right places, the deserved places. Board Member Grace?
The last leg of the Thanksgiving giveaway will be coming from myself and the fire department, along with John Bartley and
you didn't tell me
Emmanuel
that.
Funeral Home. So everybody and anybody in the city of Dania Beach should have a turkey, a ham, or something to eat on Thanksgiving Day. So it's an awesome feeling.
Okay. And with that, meeting adjourned.
All right. Well, the next one goes so fast. Can you order pizza while we're waiting?
Pizza Hut won't deliver. Are we in the red zone?
When is Demetria having hers?
The 20th
He what?
at C.W. Thomas. I need to get the time. Let me call.
I'll text her.
What? Who did you say, Mayor?
And let me know, because I don't know the time.
You know I don't like that. Is that? that's very discriminatory. I'm sorry, but it is. So was I in East, so what's the deal?
What date and what time is your event next week?
Bill, you know what he's saying, don't you? We're not gonna deliver in a black neighborhood. That's what he's saying.